In this video, we're going to go over one of my favorite things to be able to use inside of Clay, and that's the ability to create custom Google searches and then run them for every website or every search that you want to be able to do inside of Clay. And so, like I said in the previous videos, Google has built the world's greatest scraper for you. You just need to be able to harness it. And so, the way you harness it is with Google search operators. And so, what a Google search operator is it's a way to manipulate a Google search so that you only get the results that you want, right? And so, if you were to type in like unemployment law, right? You're going to get a ton of blog articles about unemployment law and you're going to get like ridiculous stuff. It's going to be really, really messy. But if you say, hey, on this website, do they mention unemployment law on this particular website? You can use Google to get a yes or no on all of those. And so this blog is one that I'll be linking to. I wrote this whole thing with actually maybe Mishti helped me. I kind of forget. But yeah, I wrote this blog to go over all of the different Google searches and some ideas of ways that you would use them. We're going to go over probably the most used situation that comes for me. And so we're going to jump over here. We're going to add a Google enrichment. So we'll hit Google search. And so here's how we open up the Google search query. And so what we want to do is we want to see, do any of these websites mention, I don't know, let's find these companies' privacy policy, right? And so, or let's find their pricing page, whatever. And so you see here how we have http:// www dot. That is going to mess up your Google search operator search. So there's two ways that we would be able to get what's called a bare domain. One is we could separate the domain from the email address, and that's kind of your bare domain, but that's not going to be the best way because we don't have an email address for everybody. So we're going to clean up this domain for us here. So we're just going to bounce out of this and we're just going to say normalize a URL, and we're going to say normalize a domain actually. Then we're going to click on website and we're just going to click bare. So you use this normalize a domain integration in order to take all of these websites and go from http:// like dot blah blah blah, and then it's just going to turn into just boom apple.com. So we're just going to pick bare right here, continue to add fields, we'll map the normalized URL, and now we get all of these cleaned up for us. So now we're able to do a Google search. And so really quickly, this is the same way that you would do a Google search in the browser is the same way you're going to use the integration. So if you read the Google search operator blog, there's one called Site. Whoops. I guess there's a lot called Site. This is my favorite operator because if you want to know, does this site mention these keywords, which oftentimes us as salespeople, when we're researching websites, essentially what we're doing is we're researching to see if they say something on their website. We can jump in here and we could just say site, and then we would map the normalized URL. So it's just site bbw.com, just like like that. Now we're going to try to find their pricing page. So pricing, usually people put pricing. I just want to show something to you. What we want to do is we want to do a Boolean search here, which I don't think I'm going to go over in this course. Just like ask ChatGPT what a Boolean search is. Everyone should know what a Boolean search is. You spell it Boolean. Just look it up. Everyone should be able to do it. So what we want to do is we want to find pricing or like any other things that might make them have their pricing page. So when we put quotes around a word, that means that that word needs to be on there. There can't be any synonyms. So if we didn't put quotes, we could put pricing and then it might find like price and it like might go crazy. So when we put quotes around it, we're like, we only want this keyword to be returned. But now if we want to check for multiple keywords, so if we did like pricing and we wanted to check for money, I guess, I don't know, or payment, let's do payment. If we did it like this, it would kind of mess up our search because it now, see, I don't really care if it finds pricing and I don't care if it finds payment. I just want it to find one or the other. So what we can do is we can put parentheses around it, and then we could put a big OR, which this is the basics of Boolean searches. So basically it's saying if you find pricing, great. If you find payment, okay. But like, I just want one of them. And in this way, we could run this search and it'll either find pricing or it'll find payment and it'll just bring it back to us. If We wanted to find a page that mentioned pricing and there had to be a dollar sign on the page. So we actually wanted to find that. And both of these had to exist. We would put pricing and dollar sign and then do our search like this. So for now, we'll just do pricing. We'll get rid of the parentheses and we'll hit run and we'll just see, can we find these companies' pricing pages? So we perform this search. And so anyway, this is like a really basic way to use Google search. So we have this and we can hit the Google search results. Good. Upfront pricing to avoid any surprises. Great. So it's this link that they hosted on. And so, like I said, when we as salespeople are doing research, a lot of the times we're checking their website to see if they mention something. And the Google search integration can do that research for you all in one shot, as long as you know how to structure your URLs correctly. So definitely give this blog article a read so that you'd be able to use that. So yeah, that's Google search operators. Very, very basically, read this blog.